Now he's working on getting university researchers who are working in the ICT area to say, hey, man, if you're going to work on something in terms of your technology, a formula or some blue ocean, no, not blue oceans, a green field, right? Or do they call it green field or pure research, right? Doing some pure research in the technology sphere. Please look at some of the platform technologies we have and develop something that can possibly plug into this platform or enhance our platform. The reason why, because then you're adding value to a platform that is Malaysian owned, you know, and then you get much higher percentage of the revenue, and you help move the nation up the value chain also, which I thought was very interesting. Everybody's been talking about it, but I think Mimos has finally actually done it. They've been working on the platform technologies for the last 2 years. They've got them in place now. Now it's time to engage in the brain power in universities. Those who are doing, you know, IT-based research, please focus your research on these areas if you want. And I think that's fabulous. And then you get, and then Dr. Wahab said also that the value of the platform will now depend on the value of the brain power that the researchers bring in, you know, to enhance it, because that's why you get, you know, the steep scale too, in terms of, you know, not time to market, but in terms of premium, in terms of your pricing power. I found it really interesting. So, but Mimos is already doing that, and it's great that they're still coming on board with what MDEC wants to do, because we had lunch with some people yesterday who said that, hey, you know, it's very hard for people, you know, to come together and work with each other, right?
Yeah.
And even though a lot of these people are in the IT area who are new economy, you know, new way of thinking, yet they're stuck in their silo, in their silos, which I find very depressing, you know, to use the word, because they should not be focused on silos, and they should be collaborating and working together. So it's great that they're doing that. But anyway, let's just move on to very quickly a second topic in the coming issue, which is a roundtable that we had organized. And the catalyst for the roundtable was the fact that so many more people are now subscribing to mobile broadband with the 3 telcos. And also the fact that, of course, on the 25th of March, we had launched
the 4-letter word,
the most popular 4-letter word in the country, you know, which is HSBB. So the idea is that will these two things together catalyze and accelerate Malaysia's move into the digital economy? So what exactly is the digital economy? So the roundtable panelists were a cross-section of people. We have representatives from Thai, Picom, Yahoo, which very, very graciously sponsored the discussion, also brilliant. And we had a few others. But, you know, we've never had a roundtable. Typically, when you have a roundtable, you ask one question, the 4 or 5 people answer the question, you move on to question 2. This time, for the first time in all the roundtables we've organized, just the first question itself got everybody so engaged and agitated. And they were interrupting each other and adding their point of views and all that.
What was the first question?
First question was, where is Malaysia in the digital economy? You know?
Oh, right.
And will the advent of HSBB accelerate our move up, you know, into becoming a more digital economy? Just a whole lot of issues going on, you know. They brought in Kazakhstan, they brought in the Penans, you know. You brought in Amazon, you brought in North-South Highway, you brought in carriages, horse-drawn carriages and all. So the discussion was fascinating. It ended up being very long also. It was really tough to condense it and make it into a nice readable chunks for our readers for the coming week. But it's something we've done. But it was just so interesting that the discussion, when you talk about digital economy, a lot of the discussion was around broadband and how that's going to be an enabler, and it should be an enabler. And Siva brought up an interesting point. The guy from Yahoo said, hey, you know, it takes time for all this to happen. Just because you have it ready for people doesn't mean they're going to use it. But Siva says, hey, we've been talking about broadband, we've been talking about IT, EK economy since 1997, 1996 end, when MIC was launched. And you read a lot about in the papers too, so why hasn't adoption picked up? And Richard Tan, the founder of Lelong, who's been in the, you know, B2B and B2C commerce space since year 2000, had the same thing. He said that the education hasn't really come down below surface level to let people know that they can, you know, if you want to sell things, you know, you can set up your own web store. He said businesses also are not using it, consumers also are not using it that much. So just a whole cross section of issues and all. But read the roundtable, because it's like 6,000 over words, you know. It's actually quite interesting. I thought share your comments with us about what you think about it and where you think Malaysia is headed in the digital economy also. Because Siva made an interesting point that we're already a digital society just by the number of Malaysians who are online with their social networking sites.
Yeah, we are consumers.
Yeah, that's the point was raised. Are we still going to remain consumers or are going to move up the value chain? Perennial question for Malaysians. But with that, we got to end the show. Thank you for watching. Have a great and productive week ahead with technology. We'll see you next week.